How's it going? Steven here. My guest today has just one question for you. Got milk? Color is dark brown, black, really, with some garnet highlights depending on what kind of light and how you hold it. It's a two-fingerish off-white head with almost entirely uniform bubbles like you'd expect from a nitro beer. Left Hand Brewing was founded by Air Force Academy graduates and friends in Longmont, Colorado in September 1993 and opened its doors for business in January 1994. The brewery was originally named Indian Peaks Brewing until they discovered that it was already in use by another brewery. They took their current name from a famous Southern Arapaho chief, like many other places in and around Boulder County, Colorado. In 1998, the brewery underwent a major rebranding, and the story of the logo in particular is a moment of unbelievable happenstance. The story goes, after multiple rejections of the designer's plans, the artist dipped his hand in red paint, slammed it on the table, and walked out in frustration. What they left behind was the iconic red left hand that graces every bottle cap. I'm sorry to say the true story is nowhere near as dramatic. The brewery had recently qualified for custom bottle caps at that time, and the original logo was unreadable when shrunk down to that size. In its place, they had the designer trace his left hand with the brewery's name printed around it. Among the most important events to happen to the brewery came in 2013 when the St. Vrain Creek flooded, causing massive damage to the surrounding area and to the brewer. Left Hand stepped up, donating proceeds from its Oktoberfest celebration that year to local charities and nonprofits, contributing to the community relief efforts. While nothing significantly good or ill seems to have happened between then and more recently, Left Hand has expanded its footprint almost nationwide and to select markets abroad. It has absorbed a few local breweries, with its most recent acquisition, Bootstrap, joining the Left Hand Collective earlier this year. While many classic craft breweries from this same era became well known for their lagers and pale ales, Left Hand became well known for the opposite, dark beers, particularly Sawtooth and today's guest. You would think the beer would have been inspired by Doerr's English travels, Milk Stout's homeland, but it was the heartier versions of Sweet Stout he encountered in Tanzania that kicked off the creation of this beer. Milk Stout debuted as a one-off taproom beer in 1999, where it was an instant hit. Its popularity pushed the brewery to launch it into distribution in 2001. Behind the scenes, the brewery had already been experimenting with nitrogen early on. Kegged nitro versions of Milk Stout were not a significant hurdle, but a packaged version was. After a long process of trial and error, they had finally figured it out. Milk Stout Nitro was an innovation twice. First in 2011 when it became the first American and first craft brewery to bottle a nitrogen beer, and once again in 2017 as the first ever US production run of a US-made nitro widget can. I cut open a can of Guinness and one of Left Hand Milk Stout Nitro to show you their respective widgets. Guinness is this one here. It doesn't roll away. And this is Left Hand's, or more specifically the design by Ball. Interesting that it's affixed to the can. It's very neat. Not only is the beer a technical achievement, the non-nitro variant is their most prestigious beer, winning numerous awards in the United States and abroad. Just as a behind-the-scenes aside, I can't recall seeing a more complete public asset catalog from any brewery I've done a video on. Makes getting the stuff to show in the video, besides, me, so easy and clean. They just straight up explain how the widget works in one of these videos, and I remember when I went on the tour, they were just like, no pictures or videos allowed in this area, and we won't be going inside. We're not revealing the secret sauce, so don't ask. I guess it makes sense now. Packaged nitro beer without a widget in bottle or can is more or less a well understood process. It's just trickier. So the aroma has strong roasty milk chocolate and vanilla/vanilla cream notes. There's a caramel and brown sugar and nuttiness that are much more secondary. And there's an underlying breadiness that has an almost sourdough quality to it, but that may be the oats kind of coming into play here. So the taste follows the nose pretty well. A fair amount of sweet elements, particularly through the milk chocolate and vanilla/vanilla cream, as you would expect from the style, but the coffee and roasty aspects rein it in just right. So the body is medium full, the bitterness is moderate low, carbonation is creamy, as you might expect from a nitrogen beer. The feel is silky, even aside from what the nitrogen is contributing to it. And the finish is roasty with a pleasant quenching quality. Perhaps overshadowed by their flashier neighbors and potentially overlooked by pale beer purists, Left Hand has become a fixture of the Colorado and broader craft scenes, cranking out rock-solid, often award-winning beers. This stout is no exception. Cheers! And thanks for watching.